In today's session of Divorce Court, Joseph and Faith Albertson were each going through a divorce when they met. The sparks flew instantly, and they quickly got married. But after 4.5 years, they say they're ready for a divorce. Joseph says Faith wasted his money.
How much did you pay for those Beanie Babies?
A little over $2,000.
She bought breasts.
She bought some new breasts?
I got half of those.
You gonna get those, baby.
Faith says the problem was another woman, Joseph's ex-wife.
Every single month, it was pay the wedge, pay the wedge.
Pay the wedge.
That's what she calls my ex-wife, Your Honor.
Did you have some jealousy over the ex-wife?
That's her reason for going out and having an affair
That is not
and
the only
ruining our
reason.
marriage.
What's the affair?
It just happened.
It just happened. That sounds like a teenager.
Today, Faith and Joseph Albertson face each other in divorce court.
All rise. Court is now in session. Maybelline Ephraim presiding. You may be seated.
Good day. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the matter of Joseph Albertson versus Faith Albertson. I'm advised that after 4.5 years of marriage, you're about to end this relationship. Mr. Albertson, what's going on?
Your Honor, the reason we're here today is my wife was dishonest. She lied to me, and then she decided to go out party, strike up an affair, go to bed with another person, go to bed with another person, and in turn, I lost all the trust that I ever had with her.
When did all this occur?
It started happening about 5 weeks ago.
There's a whole lot more.
But tell me about the 5 weeks ago.
5 weeks ago was sort of the culmination of the last 3 years of Joe's unwillingness, refusal to communicate about a financial matter that we've been involved in, which has involved paying spousal support to an ex-wife who I call the wedge.
That was court ordered,
Refusal
Your
to
Honor. That was
communicate
court
about
ordered.
him paying the spousal support to an ex-wife?
Right.
What do you mean by refusal to communicate about
Because
it?
every time we brought
She
it
wanted
up,
me not
he
to pay
said,
her, Your Honor. She didn't want me to
absolutely
pay
not
it.
paying her. I said, well, why don't we go to court and get it modified? Let's do something, because every single month it was pay the wedge, pay the wedge.
Pay the wedge?
That's what
I
she
call her
calls
the
my
wedge
ex-wife,
because
Your Honor.
it's a wedge between us.
Did you have some jealousy over the ex-wife?
I don't think it was jealousy. It was
Did you think that perhaps he was still in love with her and not you?
No, I didn't think he was in love with her, but I felt pretty much like the doormat, that he didn't care enough that this issue was meant enough to me so that we could plan financially. We were basically older people starting over in a marriage who...
Your Honor, it was a court order for me to pay.
And
Was there a court order
Yes.
for him
He
to
had
pay
it-
spousal support?
Yes.
Well, how much was this spousal support order?
$300.
$350 a month.
$300 a month.
Well, and we were paying child
And
support
between the two
also.
of us, we make almost $100,000 a year.
75.
Oh.
And you're screaming over $350 a month
Yes, she
to
is.
the ex-wife?
Yes.
And that's
you
her
say that
reason for going out and having an affair
That is not
and
the only
ruining our
reason.
marriage.
Joe works offshore. He's gone.
What's the affair?
What
Is
is
he
it?
lying about
What is
that?
it?
No, he's not.
What is that all
What
about?
is that
It
about?
just happened.
What did I do to deserve that? Pay child
didn't do anything
I
to
paid child
deserve it.
support. I paid
It
child
just
support.
happened. That sounds like a teenager.
It happened for
gone.
over a month. For a month, she made conscious decisions to go away with this guy and spend my money.
What do you mean
while
by-
she's doing
Spend
it.
one penny of yours.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Oh,
explain it to me.
I'm
What
sure
did you
he's a
spend and
sugar
how did
daddy.
it just happen? I don't buy it just happened.
That's right.
The fact
she
he's
put herself
gone
in a position
over the
to
past
do
2
that.
years, and we don't communicate, and this one issue has been an issue. And
The
it should have
wedge,
been
his
resolved.
ex-wife.
Her
We should have
wedge.
gone to counseling then. We didn't.
No, you should have just
Your
accepted
Honor,
the fact.
I-
Stop, Mr. Albertson. You should have accepted the fact that he had a court order for spousal support and he had to obey a court order.
And I
There was
seek
no end
counseling.
date. I wanted him to get an end date.
Stop. It
That was-
may not have happened the way you wanted it.
I promised her at the end of my daughter's college that I would seek an attorney and go to court, and I had done that 3 or 4 months ago, and that still wasn't good enough for her. I have an attorney, retained an attorney to go to court for the spousal support.
And now what
she
has
still
happened?
decided to go out and do what she did. Why, I don't know.
Tell me, explain that.
I made a poor decision.
With some man.
They went away together.
Did you go away with him?
While I was at work on a platform, couldn't find out what she was doing.
Did you go away with
Lied
him?
to me.
I did.
And how long?
A couple of days.
While your husband is away for a week at a time working offshore drilling?
That's right.
It's not like he was away cheating on somebody else. He was away trying to earn money so that he could make more money so that this $350 a month support is going out. He could balance, offset it. And that was your response to that?
Also.
Excuse me?
I was also working. I've worked the whole time.
I understand that, but he wasn't having an affair while you were working.
There's no excuse for, I mean,
She knew exactly where to find me every single day of my life. If we had anything else in this world, it was the trust that we had, the vows that we made to each other, to be true to each other, and you were less than that. I didn't deserve you to do that to me. You could have broken this off without doing that. You could have broken this marriage up
without doing that. So what we're trying to do is end this peaceably.
Her problem is that she put herself in a position to be with single people and single friends, and you decided to live a different life. Yeah.
Because you had to golf.
So what are all these little animals here? What are they?
They're Beanie Babies, Your Honor.
And how did you collect these?
I've collected them over the past couple of years.
What made you start that?
I went looking for a specific one for a friend, and I thought they were cute, and I started buying them, thinking that I would save them for when I had grandkids. If they were ever worth anything, then we'd put that money in an account for them, or if they weren't, then they'd have lots of toys.
Now, how much did you pay for those Beanie Babies?
I probably spent about a little over $2,000 over the past couple years on.
Your Honor, the worth,
were you buying the Beanie Babies as part of the money you were spending because he was paying spousal support?
That's right, Your Honor.
Is that why you started buying the Beanie Babies?
Well, I just became a collector and
when we didn't have
collecting.
money, she found money to buy Beanie Babies, and then she'd come home and say, "Well, we don't have any money," you know.
Is that right?
That's right.
No.
It's the truth.
Well, if you're saying
did I never not? Who ramrods the whole household? Who? Did any bills ever
You're
go unpaid?
You're a control freak. You wouldn't let me do it.
Mrs. Albertson.
You didn't want to do it.
Well, I told you to let me take care of the finances several times.
About these Beanie Babies
if you would have let me take care of the
found
finances,
out
you would
might
have
be worth
some money to
money.
spend.
Are they worth money?
Yes.
They are worth some
They're
money.
collectibles.
What are the Beanie Babies worth?
I don't know their exact worth. Some are worth.
Give me an estimate.
A couple $100 each. Some are just their basic value. I would say.
How much?
Maybe. Well, their dollar value for the purchase price was about $2,000, $2,500 if you average it out.
Okay, you're a businesswoman. You're collecting them. So what do you think they're worth?
I have it pretty much written down, but their value changes as they retire and go
I understand.
up.
Just give me a base value that you think this collection that you have is worth.
$3,000.
$3,000. And you want to keep the Beanie Babies.
Yeah, I want the Beanie Babies.
I say they're half mine. She bought them with our money out of our checking account, and the value of that is they're half mine.
You think they're stupid?
I don't care what I think. They're half mine. I own half of those Beanie Babies.
Why don't you think he's entitled to any of them?
Because I'm the one that went out, found out which ones were current, which ones weren't, stood in line at stores, bought them. I've been for 2 years.
While I was at work making the money to pay for them.
Oh, well, I guess would you rather I've been at the bar instead of buying Beanie Babies?
Well, you might have been there too. I don't know. You haven't been honest with me.
I was not at the bar.
Do they sell them at the bar?
When divorce court returns,
I got over $40,000 and we paid off bills.
She bought breasts.
She bought some new breasts.
I got half of those.
Woo, we're going to get to the bottom of this in a minute.
if you would like to have the judge hear your case in divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or email us at www.divorcecourttv.com. Divorce Court is back in the case of Joseph Albertson, who feels betrayed by his wife Faith's affair and is now seeking a divorce.
What else can I do for you today?
Well, we have the issue of the house.
What's that?
The down payment.
What about it?
What about it?
I put $18,000 down on the house. I got a settlement, a disability settlement, and put that money on the house.
When did you get the disability settlement?
3 months before we bought the house.
When did you buy the house?
Over 2 years ago.
During the marriage?
During the marriage.
What was the nature of the disability?
I had work-related injury that I had a couple back surgeries for.
And when did the disability occur?
Prior to marriage.
And you used the $18,000 to put down on the house?
I got over $40,000 and we paid off bills and took care of some things and put the money down on the house.
She bought breasts.
Oh. Bought breasts.
I got half of those.
You don't get those, baby.
Yeah, she was managed to spend the money on herself. She managed to spend the money.
Woo, we're going gonna get to the bottom of this in a
I didn't hear you
minute.
complaining.
She bought some new breasts. She had breast implants.
Yes.
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
He didn't complain about it, did he?
No,
I
he
didn't
did not. Not one bit.
At that
You
time,
know,
it was
you know
fine.
what that statement was, Mr. Albertson? You've been nice up until now, but that was a dig.
Yeah, I know it.
That was a dig.
I feel like I needed one.
You feel better now?
A little bit better. Just a little.
You don't.
You should feel a little lower. Because you were up there pretty high, but you should feel a little lower.
I don't feel low after what she did to me. I don't know where that is.
Oh.
And that's low.
All right, so you want the $18,000 back that you put on the house.
And I have all the paperwork showing.
Do you agree on
No, I
her
do not
contingent?
agree on her, but I will.
know you don't agree on her getting it back. I didn't ask
But
you that.
I do have a 401k that's worth about the same amount of money. And
More money.
And I'm willing to.
But you said the 401k you invested during the marriage.
Yes.
Now, I was asking you before you interrupted me.
Yeah.
Do you
I'm sorry.
agree on the facts related to how she received the $40,000 plus dollars?
I agree.
And you agree that she used $18,000 to go down on the house?
I don't agree that it's all her money.
Did the down payment for the house
Come out of her
from the disability money?
Yes, it did, Your Honor.
All right. There's a direct answer. You trying to figure out what I'm going to do with it, and you don't know. What about the computer? You mentioned something about a computer.
We bought a computer probably in February or April of this year. It wasn't very long ago. And I've been needing a computer for a long time. No, we need to buy a computer. We didn't have the money to put it out, so let's make payments.
So we financed it.
But Joe has a hard time even going to the grocery store because his stomach hurts every time you talk about money or spending money.
Especially when you're financing things, I don't like to do it.
Well,
How much does a computer cost?
This
It was
computer
about
cost $2,300, $2,400. But I thought
So for a year
this would
and a
settle
half,
Faith
need a
getting her a
computer,
computer.
need a computer. You know, Joe, I have my own business now. I need a computer. I can do my reports.
What's your
So
own
we got a
business?
computer.
What's your own business?
It's a investigation business.
So you're an investigator? Like a private investigator?
Can I say she's not that?
You're a private
She's a
investigator?
good one too sometimes.
Ms. Albertson?
Yes, Sam. Your Honor.
Oh, so now you really be able to check up on people. And you need the computer for your investigation business?
I do. I write a lot of reports. So I need that, and that's what I use it for. Joe doesn't do reports. He just does email.
But instead of making her happy by getting a computer, she's like this. Why isn't she joyful that she finally got a computer? I don't understand.
I'm extremely happy, but I'm so aggravated that everything, we make the same amount of money, everything has to be in
That's
your
a lie.
time,
You're the
in
control
Joe's
freak.
time.
It's being financed in both names?
It's in my name.
Okay, I'll be back. Take a break.
When divorce court resumes, the judge renders her verdict and an update on the case of Nathaniel Williams versus Crystal Williams.
Nate, I gave you 8 years of my life.
You didn't give Jack.
Divorce court will be back in session in a moment. Divorce court is back and the verdict is in the case of Faith versus Joseph Albertson.
We're back in the matter of Albertson versus Albertson. Unfortunately, since neither one of you could give me the value of those beanies, I have no way of awarding them equally or equal value. Not equally, but equal value. You don't know how much they're worth, and you don't know how much they're worth, Ms. Albertson. The only fair thing that I can do is to divide them equally. I started to give 102 to you, Mr. Albertson, 102 to Mrs. Albertson, and I was going to take the 105th one so that I could start my beanie collection. But then I thought maybe that would be a conflict of interest. So what I'm going to do is award 102 of the Beanie Babies to the wife and 103 of the Beanie Babies to the husband.
All right.
If you want to give her 103, I'll accept that. What you say, Mr. Albertson?
She can have 103.
Oh, what a gentleman. I'll change my award. You get the oddball, 103. Take one of them out.
Yeah, she knows which one to get, I bet.
No. What? Can't we just get rid of them all? I don't want half. I don't want half a collection. Half a collection is not worth anything.
How is half a collection not worth anything?
Because I'm collecting them all.
Beanies are, you just said that they're worth value
Yeah,
according
but
to
I have
each
spent
beanie.
so
So
much
one has value,
time.
2 has value, 102 has value.
I've spent so
You
much
want to get rid of
time
all of them? We can do that.
Should just sell
Mr.
them all.
Albertson, take them all.
Thank you.
We'll just sell them all.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Take them all.
I will take them.
Okay. The only evidence I have before the court is that the value is $3,000. It may be fair. It may not be fair. Pay her $1,500. Take them all. Sell them. If they're worth more than $1,500, she lost. That's been your attitude throughout the marriage. That's part of the problem. No compromise. This man is trying to pay a court order, and you're angry with him over that. Don't marry somebody that has an ex if you don't want him to pay the support. What did you want him to do? Go to jail?
No, I never wanted him to just stop. Oh, Joe, you know what I wanted.
I don't want to go through that again. I'm not reliving it. I'm not revisiting it.
I've been living it over. It's like Groundhog Day.
I'm not revisiting the issue. The computer you can have, because again, Mr. Albertson says you can have it for your business, and I think that's fair. That's what the court would have done, and you can pay him for it. I thought perhaps keeping part of the beanies, you could sell them and pay him immediately, but now you don't want them.
Maybe she can get it from her boyfriend.
I do want him.
No, it's too late.
I don't have a boyfriend.
I don't play tit for tat, and I don't play today I give and I change my mind. You open your mouth with me, you need to think about it before you open it. You don't get one, but that one. No, you don't want one. You don't get any. Too late.
Oh, well.
You know, that's what happens when you make decisions snap and in anger without giving it thought. I gave my decision thought. The $18,000 used to put on the house, she's entitled to the reimbursement. The computer, you're to pay for it. It's awarded to you, but because it's in his name, it affects his credit. Because you're so angry over the wedge, you may decide to mess up his credit. So you get to keep the computer if you pay him within 30 days. If you don't pay it off within 30 days, then he gets the computer. The 401k was saved during the marriage. That's a community asset to be divided equally according to the rules of your 401k. Somebody has to prepare a document called a qualified domestic relations order. You don't get the money now, you'll get it at retirement, but she's entitled to one half of it.
At retirement.
At retirement. All right? That's the order of the court. Court's adjourned.
All rise. Parties may leave the courtroom.
When divorce court returns, an update on the case of Nathaniel Williams versus Crystal Williams.
If you would have gave me a part of your daggone life, you wouldn't be here in the first place.
Closed captioning for divorce court provided by. If you would like to have the judge hear your case in divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or email us at www.divorcecourttv.com. And now for an update on a previous case in divorce court. After 8 years, Crystal Williams said she could not take being married to her controlling husband, Nathaniel.
Nate, I gave you 8 years of my life. You never wanted
8 years of nothing. You gave me 8 years of bull crap.
Right.
If you would have gave me a part of your daggone life, you wouldn't be here in the first place. So don't give me that. You didn't give Jack.
She was especially angry that he had taken their dream of opening a nightclub together and left her out.
That was a dream we had. That had something we wanted to do together.
You're just angry because I won't let you in it. You can't be in it.
The judge ordered the couple to split up the stereo equipment that they were fighting over.
You want it because you know that's his form of relaxation.
Ma'am, he has over $10,000 worth of stereo equipment.
She don't even listen to it anyway.
But after they got home from court, Crystal says Nathaniel kept giving her excuses why she shouldn't come get the stereo yet. Finally, she got it herself, and now they are working on a parenting plan for their son.
Everybody's seen how hot-headed that Faith is and unrational she is. I don't agree with the 401k, but I'll just have to live with it. I have to go on with my life.
Well, I don't think I really had that much of an attitude because you had to live it to be there, you know, with this whole financial problems that this all caused. But I think she was really fair.
There's no words to describe how empty and lonely you could feel not being able to get a hold of your wife and finding out what she's doing, and then knowing that she's out partying and having a good time with somebody else. It's just like it's the most horrible feeling you can have.
It's real hard. I never thought this would happen. You know, I never meant to hurt him. I never meant to have what happened happen, and it's over. So that's it.